Hi, Aries. Welcome to now. So, to start with your reading here, we have the soul-centered astrology, which is the only kind of astrology I'm interested in. Okay, so Aries, right, is the light of light itself. This is the dim point of light found at the center of the cycle of manifestation. Faint and flickering, it is the searchlight of the Logos, seeking that which can be used for divine expression. This is of the first ray and the seventh ray of manifestation. Okay. On a personality level, you have Mars and the sixth ray. But now on a soul-centered, higher octave level, we connect with Mercury instead of Mars and the fourth ray instead of the sixth. Okay, so Aries is the initiating will to be, the continuous pulse of the life force as it emerges through the creative, fiery ethers and moves through the various planes of the evolutionary scheme until it anchors itself in the world of forms. So it is this connection between the alpha and the omega of the unfolding life which reveals Aries as a vehicle for both the transcendental and immanent presence of spirit. Spirit is transcendental, Aries, because the fiery nature of the divine will interpenetrates itself as it moves through the soul of any entity into the body of any form. It is eminent due to its omnipresence at the fiery core of every atom, monad, and star. It is an expression of the willpower of divinity. Aries, you are the embodiment of the first ray, the directing, controlling urge for the expression that will in the world of forms. It is also endowed with the energies of the seventh ray. As the light of life itself, pretty cool. So in this autumn season, Aries, we have you have to start from spirit, then to destiny, then to body, and lastly mind. So yours will be a bit different in the reading. Okay, so we want to start with spirit instead of mind. So the essence of your spirit, Aries, is harmoniously aligned with the renewal of faith, a sentiment beautifully encapsulated in the myth of Daedalus's triumphant flight to Crete. So this narrative, it's not only celebrating the ingenuity and resourcefulness of Daedalus, but also underscores the rewards that come from his resilience as exemplified by his encounters with the powerful king Minos. So in the wake of past calamities, there have been losses, right, that encompassing both material possessions and the trust in life and one's own capabilities. And the Six of Pentacles emerges as a beacon of hope. So there's hope on the horizon here. And the card is emblematic of restoration through the generosity and charity that's extended by others. So through others, you will have assistance. And this will signify an atmosphere characterized not only by the rewards of your diligent labor, but by the kindness of the universe, suggesting that occasionally one can expect the abundance of life to be nurturing rather than punitive. That overarching message, it's one of reciprocity. Life has a way of recompensing. Yes, so life has a way of compensating individuals for their efforts, in ways that are unexpected. And as you embrace this phase of your spirit, you may find yourself called to extend that generosity to others. And it's important to recognize that such acts of kindness are not only beneficial to those in need, but will invariably return back to you, often multiplied. So that cycle of giving and receiving, it underscores the interconnectedness of our experiences, adapting a philosophy that acknowledges the generosity of life itself. So what if, Aries, instead of placing ourselves at the center of our spiritual practice, we shift our focus to the divine, be it God, goddess, or the essence of nature? This transformation and shift in perspective, it'll invite you into a profound evolution, right? In how we engage with the sacred. So by acknowledging that there is an energy that's greater than ourselves, we start to cultivate a sense of awe and wonder, and this invigorates our lives. In this space of reverence, we find our breath momentarily taken away by the undeniable presence of the sacred that surrounds us. And this force asks for nothing in return. It simply exists, inviting us into a deeper understanding of our connection to the universe. Aries, the energy of this shift will foster a spiritual initiation, expanding your capacity to love and serve others. When you begin to perceive the earthly as intertwined with the heavenly, you unravel the complexities of existence and recognize that these initiatory moments, they can manifest in various forms. These experiences serve as a healing balm for our modern souls, imparting effects that linger throughout our lives. This perspective, it compels us all to examine our daily devotion and the sources of the sacred in our lives. Where do you, Aries, derive your sense of the divine? How do you connect with the sacred spaces, both within you and in the world around you? Embracing these questions can lead to profound insights and a more enriched spiritual journey. So by prioritizing the divine in your practice, you deepen your connection to the world and the mysteries that it holds. Okay. Okay. The Ace of Swords, Aries, introduces us once again to Athene, the goddess of justice, a significant figure that we first encountered in the major arcana card of justice. So while Athene did not initiate the curse that befalls the house of Aries, she plays a crucial and critical role in its resolution, particularly when Orestes turns to her in a moment of desperation. So this card represents two-edged swords, and this symbolizing the formidable cutting power of the mind, a distinctly human capacity to conceive new ideas and convictions that drive actions and ultimately yield consequences. These consequences can lead to both profound suffering and the potential for transformative resolutions. Similar to the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords signifies a powerful surge of raw energy, However, it specifically heralds the emergence of a new worldview. This transformation, its perception, while invigorating, it poses an immediate threat to established orders. Despite its formidable and creative energy, the Ace of Swords marks the inception and significant conflict. The awakening of intellectual faculties intertwined with the body's physical actions and manifestations often precipitates a clash with the beliefs that have previously governed your life. Navigating the landscapes of new ideas and manifesting them into reality is rarely straightforward. So history is replete with instances where the fervor for the new principle has ignited wars and incited acts of brutality. The French Revolution of 1789, the Russian Revolution of 1912, those serve as poignant reminders of how profound a new idea can disrupt societal structures and how frequently it catalyzes conflict between it, can be assimilated into the fabric of life. So in essence, the Ace of Swords represents both the promise of enlightenment and the peril of upheaval. This encapsulates the duality of progress as it challenges the status quo. So the journey through this transition is fraught with tension. It is also a crucial step towards a greater understanding and justice. So you have a very, very, I would say, super tough road. Okay. But you're here now, and it's not something that's just now starting. It's always been there since you've been born. All these trials and tribulations and situations that you've gone through has all been this transformative perception, that poses an immediate threat to the established order and the societal roles and norms. So whenever you're feeling pushback from others just for sharing something new, a new idea that you have, a new way of being in the world, don't take it to heart, because it takes a lot for things sometimes to change. So the Seven of Swords, much like the Five, embodies a struggle. And this is your mind, Aries. It represents a scenario of evenly matched contest, a confrontation of equals rather than a singular hero facing an overwhelming force. This is connected with Pisces reading in this time, so you want to definitely check out Pisces. And Aries, you come right after Pisces. So yes, please, Pisces has a message for you. So the context shifts to a competitive environment where the pursuit of the golden fleece illustrates the tensions encountered. So Etis is driven by desire for the fleece, which represents the formidable opposition prepared to challenge those who have strived for their goals. And this shift in dynamics implies that the recognition gained, as indicated by the Six of Swords, now elicits a counteraction. Others are motivated to contest our hard-earned achievements. We find ourselves in a competitive landscape that compels us to exert even greater effort to maintain our standing. And the underlying message is clear. Complacency is not an option. Should we become content with our past successes, we risk allowing others to capitalize on our ideas and innovations. So the reality of envy and competition, it's an inherent aspect of the creative journey that in this field we must acknowledge and navigate. So Aries, the challenge that arises in this context is a test of faith. How committed are you to defending and pursuing your aspirations. The essence of this struggle lies in the capacity to harness your resilience and determination to secure what you've worked diligently to achieve. So your mind becomes the battleground, where the willingness to fight for your vision will ultimately define your success. Okay. And then we have our plant allies. So there's 2 here for you. First one is parsley, a catalyst for healing internal energies. So inner fears often act as barriers, Aries, preventing us from embracing the healing aspects of both male and female energies in ourselves. This disconnection, it can manifest externally in the form of challenging relationships, which I know that you know all about what we're talking about here, okay? Where sometimes it almost feels like you want to be the hermit and just, but the hermit in a way of like staying away from everybody, you know, not forming close relationships because, well, having a hard time forming close relationships when it seems like every relationship that has sprouted up has been wrought with conflict and issues, you know. So there's a challenge. And we have a lot of allies that can assist us, you know, in the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. It doesn't necessarily always have to be another human being, right? So parsley serves as a powerful ally in this process, aiding in the dissolution of entrenched emotions and facilitating a healthier flow of feelings. So by incorporating parsley into our lives, we create a sacred space for the reconciliation of yin and yang energies. When the divine masculine and feminine within us are harmonized, we can genuinely experience a profound sense of internal unity. There is also Lady's Slipper, and this is the water of air. The symbolism of the Queen of Swords embodies a fearless spirit that has transcended the confines of limited thinking. She stands independently, prepared to gaze into the horizon with a clear vision. Adorned in purple, she remains open to receiving inspiration, while her red sash symbolizes her commitment to manifesting these insights into reality. Aries, you manifest insights into reality. And with the sword in your left hand, you demonstrate an unwavering determination to sever ties with falsehood and confusion. Lady Slipper is an herb deeply rooted to the earth, allowing for the expansion of thought and creativity. It fosters a sense of calm and clarity, aligning our minds with the inspirational currents that surround us. Okay, and then some more information that wanted to come through regarding the rays. So Aries, light of light itself, is a pure emanation from the mind of God. That place where the will of God is known. This initiation focuses on the life that Aries has, the birthplace of ideas. according to the ancient wisdom teachings, as all of manifestation has its beginnings as divine ideas, it is through Aries that the plan of the Logos, the divine will, descends to us either individually or collectively as humanity via the plane of the soul. So the esoteric soul-centered planetary ruler of Aries is Mercury, known traditionally as the messenger of the gods. When operating through a soul-centered individual, Mercury brings forth from the plane of causality, some aspect of the evolutionary plan for humanity and our Earth. Let's say that again. Mercury brings forth from the plane some aspect of the evolutionary plan for humanity and our Earth. Mercury acts primarily as an intermediary. So he is the messenger between the fifth kingdom of the souls and the fourth kingdom of humanity. Mercury also functions to link the higher mind with the lower, so that the inner realization of one's place in the plan of life may be recognized and then, through the use of applied logic, externalized into the three lower worlds of the personality. Mercury thus aligns the energies to the third ray of abstract ideas with the fifth ray activities of the concrete mind. It is the concrete mind as an aspect of the personality which allows a person to analyze and distinguish the differences between you and me, the self and the not self. Mercury also acts as the intermediary between the soul and the connecting nervous impulses of the brain. So it is Mercury's task to coordinate the relationship between the higher and lower selves. And as we shall shortly discuss, it is Venus which harmonizes and blends the two. Yes, to learn more about the cardinal cross, the fixed cross, the mutable, the higher and lower rays, definitely check out Patreon. There are 4 keynotes. One is express the will to be and do, which is the first ray. Number 2 is unfold the power to manifest, which is the first through the 7th rays. 3 is enter into battle for the Lord, Mars in the 6th ray. And the 4th is arrive at unity through effort, Mercury and the 4th ray. Aries, you are the channel that provides for Mercury's expression, allowing for the birthing of a true idea coming from the mind of God. Such an idea is, in actuality, a spiritual impulse taking form. Perhaps this is the reason for Victor Hugo's comment that nothing is as powerful as an idea whose time has come. Thank you, Aries, and we will connect again.